Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Arcane. This time, we're on episode 9, the season 1 finale. Last episode was great as always. We got that scene of Heimerdinger talking to Echo, and that was a nice little exchange they had. I've got big hopes for Heimerdinger. I think he's going to go on a bit of a redemption for himself, hopefully make up for his lack of action he's taken over the years. And we also got that awesome fight scene at the end with Jace and Vi, up until the point where it wasn't awesome. We all know why. We also what happened there. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Jace is going to act with all of this going forward. And then, of course, we've got everything going on with Silco and Jinx. There's a lot to wrap up. I'm really curious to see how this season is going to end, because there are some loose ends, some unanswered questions. Either way, I know we are getting a season 2, so I'm not expecting every question to be answered now, but I'm very, very much looking forward to season 2 when that comes out. You can, of course, expect a reaction series out of that as well. Normally, this is the part where I plug my Patreon. I'm not going to do that this time since this is the end of the first season, so instead, if you guys want to go follow me on any of my socials like my Twitter or my Instagram, I don't know where I'm going to put these links, I'm just doing things with my hands. I would really appreciate it if you can follow me. I also have a Discord if you want to join that. Go say hi. Go follow me on Twitch too. I've been streaming that a lot lately, streaming a lot of Elden Ring, which I've been absolutely loving. So I would appreciate that if you guys could do that, as well as leaving a like on the video. Let's see how this all ends, shall we? Let's go. Right where we left off, huh? Hopefully that's not a tone indicator for the rest of the episode, right? I'm not too optimistic on a happy ending, despite the sign over there.
You didn't have a choice. He knew what he was signing up for.
What was the thing Victor said? You always have a choice, there's always a choice.
We haven't even scratched the surface. Silco's still out there.
Do you not understand? I am part of this now.
Right, you've got blood on your hands.
You've always been a part of this. You just never had to look it in the eye. One dead kid, there's hundreds more where he came from.
It's like I said,
who stuck their heads in the dirt.
Like I said last episode, Vi doesn't really bat an eye to this because she's seen it so many times.
Take those off.
Oh, they're turning on each other? Okay. I was interested what path he was gonna take. But they're both right in their own regard.
Let you leave with them.
Then I guess you're gonna need to kill another trencher.
They're not gonna fight. I don't think so. I think it's a fake out. Okay, he walks off.
You won't make it alone.
I don't know. She's pretty tough, but she doesn't have a good track record of going in without a plan and having it work out. I don't know if it's just a coincidence that this kid has kind of pink hair as well, but kind of makes it seem that if Vi was just a bit younger, that could have been her. Who knows, right? It's sad that this is the last time we're going to see this. Hopefully season 2 has just as awesome as an opening. There's too much somber music. Where's the happy, upbeat music?
You gotta do anything about that piece of shit that murdered my boy. Let me guess.
Oh, it was her son.
Take care of it. Just like she's been taking care of everything else.
Well,
mourn the loss of your son. At least we have the solace of knowing he died fighting for our cause.
a cause that Silco basically and makes you join.
Dispute, as so often occurs here.
You're one to talk about sacrificing for the cause. Where is Jinx anyhow?
Yeah, he doesn't want to let her go no matter what.
Help her with the body.
He is a bit of a hypocrite for that. As we see time and time again, Jinx probably not the best person to have around Silco, but he actually does care about her enough that he just won't let her go. Now we're back to another sad scene of somebody dying. Poor Victor. He was willing to risk himself because he didn't have many other options, but to lose someone that cared about him so much, with so much life left, it hurts.
Victor, I know this will probably never see the light of day, But watching how you work so tirelessly to make the world a better place,
There's gonna be salt on the wounds.
I couldn't forgive myself if I didn't try.
He's about to make another choice. Another choice of his. Seems like he's not influenced by the shimmer now, because he's like limping around still. We're gonna destroy it. Can't do it. What just happened? What was that all about?
If there is a chance Hextech can be weaponized, we must have it.
That's what it's all about, huh?
I've only accelerated a process you started.
I wanted to protect the city from people like you. I can't believe you'd start a war just to cover your ass.
The mirror
The
with
world ablaze to
Heimerdinger.
protect our family.
No. I stopped being part of this family the moment you cast me out. Why? Why did you do it?
Because you weakened me. I couldn't endure the look in your eyes whenever I made the decisions, the necessary decisions to keep us safe.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. I didn't expect that. That's kind of nice.
Weapon, Mel. Let the war unfold.
There's so many dualities in this show. It's crazy.
Take your place at my side. It's where you belong.
There are so many dualities in the show. As I'm watching, I'm like trying to think about things I can talk about whenever I want to pause and have things to say. And there's just actually so much that I'm like scrambling, trying to remember just everything that just happened already. When Mel has this line saying that she wanted to protect the city from people like her, it just makes me think of what Heimerdinger said initially, that they made Piltover in order to escape the warmongering mages. It's not like a direct tie-in, I would say. It's not like super obvious, but it's similar. It's a similar sentiment that Mel expresses, at least. And already in this episode, we've had multiple scenes kind of like covering a little bit of like the parent-child dynamic a little bit, with Rennie losing her son and then her calling out to Silco that Silco isn't willing to like make any sacrifices, especially when it comes to Jinx, who he often considers his own daughter. And Mel's mother talking about how Mel actually makes her weak. That's a tongue twister, Mel's mother. Anyway, it's kind of the same with Silco, is it not? His soft spot for Jinx, I guess you could call it, almost makes it hard for him to want to dedicate himself fully to his cause. It makes him weak as well, and I put weak in quotations because I don't think it's necessarily a weakness to have people to look after, but you know what I mean. At least the other people, like Finn and others, call him out for being weak for that. Very interesting discussions, and there's so much packed into it. I don't want to stop and pause for too long because I know you guys want to see me watch the episode too, so let's get back into it. I'm sure I'll have more to talk about as the episode goes on.
Cover your ass.
I would set the world ablaze to protect our family.
There's some parallels in that too.
I stopped being part of this family the moment you cast me out.
Jinx to Vi as well.
Why?
There's just so much.
I'm sorry.
Back here, this is where he talked to Heimerdinger too.
I'm sorry.
That's sad. He didn't even know her well enough to know how she wanted to, like, you know, where to put her ashes. I mean, it's a wake-up call once again for him, and he's back to using his cane. It almost seemed like the Hextech kind of rejected him, as if it almost had a conscience or something. He knew. Oh, he's... No, Victor. He's having a Jace moment.
Interrupting.
Oh, wow. Wow. Totally reverse scenario now. I wonder if Victor said the same thing when he barged in when Jace was gonna jump too.
Am I interrupting? Remember the Distinguished Innovators competition?
I remember you notching gears in the carriage over.
They started cranking the engine and the whole thing was rattling. I thought a loose cog was gonna take someone's eye out.
At least you didn't throw up.
Is that a metaphor?
You have to destroy it.
I know.
The hex core. I can't do it.
Crazy how they both kind of came to the same conclusion through something, through death in their own
What
experience.
about your disease? Without the hex core?
Promise me.
He's very well aware, Jace.
Okay.
He's made up his mind. He's made his choice.
In the pursuit of great, we fail to do good.
Wow, what a line.
We have to make it right.
Although, I don't know. I feel like Victor, he really kind of just got the short end of the stick with a lot of it. I don't feel like he made too many mistakes, to be honest. Oh? Is this a betrayal? Especially with Sevika being there?
Brothers and sisters back to back against whatever the world threw at us.
Oh no.
Now I'm forced to share the air with parasites like you.
Is, I don't know, maybe
Their legacies.
Jinx is gonna come in and make a play?
The day you die, Silco.
That's a risk I've known all my life. But I still believe in loyalty.
Oh? Oh wow. He was shook. Oh, she got Finn. Oh wow. Oh wow. Alright. Not how I saw that going.
I would have had your son killed for this, though I suppose we're ahead
Oh
on that
wow.
account.
Oh wow.
Get
Oh.
out.
Oh. Oh. Okay, that was a little extra, but okay. I get it.
Were you tempted?
Not for a worm like him.
Oh, wow. Sevika.
Won't be the last.
Damn. I'm gonna keep this one brief, but I do really like how Sevika was the one to say that. Because as we all full well know, Sevika was the one who betrayed Vander earlier in the series. And with knowing that, there was always this risk of her betraying Silco as well, particularly because of Jinx. She's called him out many, many times again about how Jinx kind of makes him weak. She was kind of one of the people that played into that the most, I would say. And obviously, she doesn't like Jinx at all either. She wants her to go as well. But I think it kind of goes back to what I was saying in an earlier episode about how good of a leader Silco is in so many regards. In the very least, that his value and loyalty almost inspires a value and loyalty back to him. And obviously this doesn't always work, as we see with Finn and Rennie, but it's probably something that Sevika has reflected on enough, and it's probably something that she realized that she just has this respect for Silco. At least enough respect in him not to betray him for someone like Finn, or a worm like him, as she so eloquently put. The characters in Arcane are just so great because you just understand them. You really understand where they're at and where they're coming from. They feel real. Like Sevika, with her traitorous tendencies and all, you still understand how she comes to the conclusions that she does and why she does. It just feels nice to have characters like that in the show, and there's just so many. It's some really good stuff. This is an interesting meeting.
Perfect place for an ambush.
Right at golden hour, too. In certain ways, they really do want similar things.
Free trade routes, blanket amnesty, unrestricted access to the Hexgate sovereignty. You really think you're in a position to demand all this?
It's a lot.
Give you credit for your stunt. Boy, didn't think you had the stomach. You want peace, this is the price.
You'll discontinue the production of Shimmer,
Half there already.
return the gemstone, and I need Jinx. She
Ooh.
has to pay for what she's done.
Oh.
They weren't her crimes. She was working for me.
That's a... Oh, he's not gonna give her up.
It'd be you rotting in Stillwater. But we can't make a deal with a snake and cut off its head. We both have our shitty parts to play.
He's not gonna do it.
And I'll give you your nation of Zon.
Wow. It's Jinx versus his entire cause. That's, wow. Wow, what a pickle. Yay, Heimerdinger. I'm actually really happy to see you. And Echo, of course. Two very fantastic characters. Some of my favorites.
How were you able to accomplish so much so quickly?
You'd be surprised what you can pull off when your life depends on it.
Absolutely. Ow.
Why this form? Surely there are more efficient and safer methods of transportation.
It's not as cool though. It's about the show as well.
It's not enough to give people what they need to survive. You have to give them what they need to live.
I love this. I love that Heimerdinger is kind of getting filled in with his gaps, with his ignorances. It's so nice to see. He's going to come back such a better, stronger guy. More wise than ever.
This. All we ever wanted. The boy didn't even haggle. And what do I lose but problems?
Oh wow, what a callback that is.
Oh, it all makes sense now, brother.
Wow, is that Vander? Oh man, it all makes sense now, he said. Pouring one out for the homie. Oh man, there's so much in that.
Is there anything so undoing as a daughter?
Wow, wow. Dude, okay, I have to talk about it first. Wow. Silco, what a guy. Before I get into the whole Silco Vander thing, I just want to say the callback was, he said the boy didn't even haggle. And if I think all the way back to what, I guess episode 1, little man, Echo, was talking about how someone came to the pawn shop or whatever and bought a bunch of stuff for an expensive price because he didn't even haggle. Same Jace, same guy doesn't haggle because he's an idealist, you know. He'll pay the price because he sees something of greater value to get out of it than any price he could pay. Initially it was his research, and now it's the safety of the city. So that was a really cool callback. I'm glad I caught that one. I don't know how in the hell I'm only like halfway through this episode. So, Silco and Vander, huh? First off, I just love the line, "Is there anything so undoing as a daughter?" Because it is something that Vander so totally understands, and apparently Medarda's mother too. After all of this time, long after Vander's death, he finally understands Vander. Silco never used to understand Vander at all. He used to never understand why Vander wouldn't take up the fight and take up the cause, but he was just like, why are you protecting the kids? This is for the kids, you know, why aren't you doing what you need to do? But now, all these years later, after raising Jinx as his own for so long, he's finally put into this choice. Everything that he's ever wanted, his entire cause, or Jinx. And he just can't do it. He just can't give them up. Similarly to how Vander just couldn't give up the kids back then. It's so striking. It's so perfect. And at the same time, it's honestly a bit worrying. The reason why I'm worried is that it almost seems so final. It almost seems like Silco as a person, as a character, it almost seems like all the bows are finally being tied. It seems like everything is kind of coming to a conclusion for him. And honestly, it makes me think he's gonna die. I think it was in the last episode I said that I could see that potentially happening, but man, I really don't want to have that happen. Silco is such a good character. He's such a good villain, even though he has his like things where he's obviously not a villain. At the very least, he's not a villain to Jinx. And she's the one that needs someone to save her more than anybody. From where we are right now, I know Silco hasn't made his choice yet, but in my mind, he's already made up his decision. He's not gonna trade in Jinx. I'm just hoping that the head of the snake isn't what Silco's gonna have to trade. The club isn't quite as lively tonight. Not as loud and flashy. Ew. Why? Okay. He must have not disliked it that much. I feel like that's worth killing somebody over in the Undercity. Oh hey, look who it is. The Western music with it too. Is it the mask of one of those things outside?
Everyone, out.
The final rematch. I don't know how Sevika's gonna win this. With those gauntlets, Vi is probably not gonna lose to any one person. I don't know though. Sevika's tough. She's got the shimmer. Alright, here we go. I don't want Sevika to die either. I hope that's not what happens. Ow. I mean, Vi's got 2 gauntlets. Sevika only has 1 shimmer arm. It's a lot less epic cinematic than I expected. It's a lot more like almost slapstick style. I don't know how to better describe it. Okay, true, she does have that. Fair enough. Bringing a knife to a fist fight. Oh, damn. Get those ranged attacks. Sevika's tough. I don't want her to. I don't want either of them to lose. But I know she probably has to.
Well, your guard needs work. I wish I could say it gets easier, kiddo. But I'd be lying. What I can say is, she still needs you. They all do. So
Don't do this to me, man. She let him go. Oh, okay. I thought she let them both go. Don't destroy the last drop, man. Oh, I love the colors. The pink and blue once again. Oh? New ability unlocked? Oh, oh! Alright, that's good enough, you won. You won, that's enough. You don't have to kill her. Damn. That's like when you're fighting a boss and the boss just pulls out a new move out of nowhere and just wrecks your shit. I keep expecting somebody else to show up, I don't know who. Caitlyn?
Silco.
Jinx? Where is Jinx in all of this, I wonder? She's probably not doing too good after the whole Echo thing.
Bravo, sis.
Never mind. Wow. The pink shimmer eye, too?
Counselors.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Around have shown me 2 things. I'm not fit to govern the people who live there. And neither are you. Our opportunity to demonstrate our compassion, our dedication, our solidarity.
Nobody was. Nobody on this council was right to do it.
You're right not to trust us.
You're walking a fine line, Jace.
With respect, I don't give a shit what anyone thinks of me anymore.
Hell yeah. Luckily, Heimerdinger is going to come back.
You're right.
And then he's going to have the knowledge now.
My days here are numbered, but I've come with Victor, my partner, and a Zonite, with one final proposal.
Wow, a Zonite?
Jace has brokered a peace with Silco in exchange for the Undercity's independence.
What nonsense! We have procedures.
I mean, all of this is just... first off, Silco has not accepted this, and he won't. Second off, you can just get rid of these counselors. We got rid of Heimerdinger. Just toss them out. I don't know. Surely they would have to accept that piece too, right? Like, with the whole democracy and council thing? I don't know.
Really thought I buried this place. But I should have known better.
She is scary now.
Powder?
The way they're framing her.
Stays dead.
Oh my god.
Wanna know a secret?
Like a horror movie again.
Silco thinks he made Jinx. With all his rants and his hard-won lessons.
But it was...
Size your doubts, Jinx. be what they fear, Jinx.
But it was Vi that made her.
Was the same as when Vander left him. But he didn't make Jinx. You did.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
She knows it too.
I never meant to leave you.
You never left. I always heard you. Shadows in the streets. Prickles on the back of my neck. Your voice.
This is really good dialogue. I like this.
Picking me up when all the colors were black. You're the reason I'm still alive.
It was a conversation that needed to happen.
So many nights in that shitty prison on that freezing floor, hungry, bloody, counting the hours. The only thing that kept me going was the thought of getting back to you.
I believe it. I really do.
Are we still sisters?
Nothing is ever going to change that.
Are you sure?
I always knew you'd come back.
What's going on?
I don't think Jinx feels the same way at this point. I don't know. She's kind of hard to read at some things. That was cool.
He took everything from us.
Wow, they got Silco here.
Right here, he stabbed Vander in the back, just like he planned to with me.
No, I don't think so. I think she's wrong.
You abandoned me when he knew the truth. Liar.
Oh man.
We're missing someone.
Who? Caitlin? What is that? Please don't be like Vander's head or something.
I paid your girlfriend a visit this morning.
Oh?
You do?
Oh yeah, she did. I forgot about that. Hopefully not into one. Nah, that would be too dark. Right?
Sheesh. I'm not that crazy.
Okay, good. You're not gonna get me with that. I was like, that would be much even for this. Caitlin can't die. Not yet.
Powder! Leave her out of this.
How's she gonna be in League if she's dead?
Now, where should I sit?
Is the other one labeled Jinx?
Your choice, really.
Oh, wow. Okay. Really testing Vi as well here.
Make her go away. Please. Send her on her way and... And you can have Powder back.
Okay. I can't.
No, Powder's never coming back either way.
No! Powder, listen. We can just go. We'll leave and never come back.
What do you have to say about that?
I would love to know as well.
Her name is Jinx. She's lying. You'll be with her a day before she realizes you aren't that girl anymore and turns her back on you.
You aren't lying. You wouldn't lie to me. Not again.
Nobody's
I'm not
lying.
I'm on your side. I promise.
They both are on her side, but it's so frustrating because they both have different perceptions of her.
We're talking.
The Topsiders offered me everything. Independence, a seat at the table. All in return for you. They can all burn. Everyone betrays us.
He's telling the truth.
Vander, her.
He's not wrong.
Understand.
He's really not wrong. He believes every word he's saying.
You're my daughter.
Oh, Silco. Man. God, what a conflicting character. Caitlin. She is... oh, she is the thing that... Gotcha. It's so frustrating because nobody here is like the enemy at all. Ironically to the song title, but...
Wait! She's my sister.
Good time to bring that up. I think she's right, but Vi doesn't accept that. I don't know, though. There's no going back to Powder. And that's totally bait. She's definitely not surrendering. Come on. You're kind of just making all this worse, Caitlyn. Oh, damn. I don't want Caitlyn to die either.
Now finish it.
Damn it, Powder! Wake up! Remember who you are. I know you remember. Picture Milo.
Yeah, no, that's just gonna fracture her more. It's just causing her pain. She's never been able to reconcile this. What just happened? Wait, that happened really fast. She didn't hit anybody, right? There's not light coming out of that one bullet hole. Well, there goes any chance of Powder coming back at all.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, dude.
I never would have given you to them. Not for anything.
He's telling the truth.
Don't cry. You're perfect.
Dude. Okay. Okay. Well, that was sweet. And terribly sad. And terribly tragic. And horrible. And now everybody loses.
Powder?
Truly the outcome that everybody loses in, I think, the most.
Okay. We'll be okay.
No Powder. No Silco. No peace. Now what? Yeah, it's Jinx now. It's Jinx. She made her own choice. Wow, with the feathers behind her too. And the shimmer.
You could love me like you used to. Even though I'm different. But you changed too. So.
Yep.
Here's to the new us.
I don't even know. I'm speechless. I'm actually speechless. What did she just put that in? Is that her RPG thing from the game? What's she gonna do? What's she about to shoot?
I'll show them. We will show them all.
The blue tear too. Wow. What is she shooting? Not Medarda, right? That would be.
I support Councillor Talus's proposal for.
Is it about to hit? Good lord. Look at that animation. That's gorgeous. She's about to hit the council room. right as Medarda takes off her ring. Or no, is it about to hit this? I don't know. I really don't know. At least Heimerdinger is gonna be safe, right? For now. So, like, I don't know. I want to make a joke, but I just can't. I just want it to hit Finn. Can it just hit Finn or something? The moon. It's not gonna hit the moon, it's gonna hit something else. Yeah, no, it's gonna hit here because it's too much good. The piece isn't gonna happen. This is gonna kill Medarda. Oh no. Yep. Yep. Oh no. Wow. Wow. Let's talk about it. Well, I said let's talk about it, but I honestly don't know what to say. I mean, there are things I want to talk about, things to clarify about the ending there, but it's just, wow, that was a very emotional final. And that's I was expecting it to be emotional, but that really just like pulled at the heart. And it would have not had anywhere near that strong of an impact if this show just wasn't so well written. And it really was. And I think this episode really just, it did tie the bow on so many aspects of the show to just, it pulled so much together just to show how beautifully it was written. It was almost like the finale was the first thing, and then they went back and wrote the whole story because of how perfect the final episode was. Normally I like to cut around on my videos and make sure I get like proper takes for the things I want to say, but I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be a way I can deliver my thoughts clearly and concisely right now, so you guys are just going to have to bear with this. So as much as I didn't want to be right, I was right, I guess. I mean, I was right that Silco died. Very sad way to die. Not necessarily the way I thought he was going to go out. If I did had to predict though, I did think it was going to be Jinx to kill him, because I mean there was just no way else that made that much sense. There was no other way that seemed right unless it was Jinx. And, you know, I mean, in a weird indirect but halfway direct way, Jinx is the reason that Vander died to some degree, so it would only be suiting that she would be the one to take out Silco too. But despite all that, in Silco's final moments, his final acts of kindness to Jinx was to ensure her that he didn't blame her for what happened. He was very obviously, very painfully aware of all the trauma that she suffers, and he just sort of did whatever he could in his last breaths to make sure she didn't, well, at least, I mean, this is gonna give her trauma, of course, but to lessen the trauma burden as much as possible. I mean, really, it's like I've been saying all along. He was a bad dude in so many ways, but he was a really, really good father. With Silco dying, there was obviously not going to be any peace treaty. There was no going to be independence of the Undercity. So I knew the voting that they were doing was sort of in futility anyway, but the fact that the missile hit the room, first off, impeccable aim, might I say, Jinx. An RPG or whatever you want to call it with that sort of aim, very nice. I mean, maybe there was like some Hex Tech guided missile system. I don't know. But we didn't really see the direct impact of that. I don't think Jace would have died. Hopefully not. But man, that looked like a really powerful shot. I don't have high hopes for Medarda because it was going straight at her back, and there was so much emphasis on her taking off her ring with the reflectiveness of her back, you know, like all of that goldenness. There's just, I don't know. I didn't expect the credits to roll there, but it was just so good that it did. I am just gonna leave it there, guys. This was a fantastic season 1. And at the start of this video, I said I didn't see how they could wrap up everything. And granted, they didn't wrap up everything, but they wrapped up so much more than I thought they were going to. I expected this to almost leave on like a cliffhanger. No, this, like, even if they never made a season 2, this could be a standalone. Like, now don't get me wrong, I'm not advocating for this at all, but this doesn't actually even need a season 2 with how it ended. Not in theory. It was just really good. It tied up so many loose ends, and that being said, I am still so excited for season 2. Hopefully we don't have to wait too long for it, but I am willing to wait really as long as it takes because of how well this was written. I don't want them to rush it. I don't want them to cut any corners. It would be a miracle if season 2 was as good as season 1 is. I actually don't even know what direction season 2 would go into now that Silco's gone, but I'm sure they have a plan. I hope whenever that time does come, you guys come back to the channel, you subscribe now while you can. That way you don't miss any of the reactions when they do come out. I gotta say, it's gonna be really hard to fill the void that this show is leaving, but I will be picking up a new show on the channel pretty soon. We'll probably have a poll on that. We'll just see. I'm not really interested in talking about that right now, because I'm still kind of reeling from all of this. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see my full playlist of Arcane every episode, where you can see me progressively getting more and more invested in it, the link will be up here in the top. There'll also be an end card with all that sort of stuff. Leave a like on the video if you don't mind. These have been really fun, really exciting videos to record, and honestly, I'm just sad that it's coming to an end. But my name is Cast, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.